Welcome back to Thursday's Tips. Removing the friction, protecting your peace. Throughout this week, we explored the idea that peace is not something we stumble upon, it's something we intentionally protect. But there's another truth many of us overlook. Peace doesn't disappear overnight, it slowly erodes through friction. What is friction? Friction is anything that creates resistance between you and the life your soul is trying to build. It is the invisible force that drains your energy, delays your healing, clouds your intuition, and keeps you disconnected from your deepest alignment. Many people believe they are stuck because they need more motivation, but often they don't need more effort, they need less friction. What does friction really look like? Friction isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it looks like saying yes when your spirit is saying no, ignoring your need for rest, constantly overthinking decisions, carrying emotional burdens that do not belong to you, living without healthy boundaries, people pleasing at the expense of your well being, remaining in environments that drain your energy, holding on to fear, guilt, or unresolved emotional pain. Every one of these creates resistance, and adding resistance requires energy. The more friction you carry, the harder it becomes to hear your intuition, trust yourself, and move towards the life you envision. The deeper spiritual perspective on this topic, from a spiritual perspective, friction is only an inconvenience. It is often a signal that something is out of alignment. When we continually ignore our needs, override our intuition, or betray our inner truth, our spirit begins sending messages. The exhaustion, the overwhelm, the feeling of being stuck. These are not punishments. These are invitations. Invitations to pause and ask, where have I become disconnected from myself? Because every unprotected area of your life creates friction against your peace. And peace increases when friction decreases. This is where non negotiables become powerful. Non negotiables are not restrictions, they are protections. They reduce decision fatigue, they preserve your energy, they strengthen your boundaries, they create alignment between your values, your actions, your healing, and the future version of yourself you are becoming. When peace becomes non negotiable, rest is no longer optional. Boundaries are no longer negotiable. Healing becomes a priority. Your emotional well being matters. Your relationship with yourself becomes sacred. Non negotiables remove the friction that keeps you living in survival mode. Now, as you move on to the next week and over the weekend, here are some reflections that you can start to look into. For example, what's currently creating the more friction in my life? What continually drain my energy, focus, or peace? What will change if I stop negotiating away my well being? What must become non negotiable if I am serious about becoming the person I am meant to be? So let this wisdom for this week help you begin to create the life you envision by looking at the simple things on what is causing friction. And I need my peace back and within my life. The future version of you doesn't need more chaos. They need more alignment. They do not need to push harder. They need to remove the resistance standing between themselves and the life their soul is trying to create. Because peace is not passive, peace is a practice, peace is a boundary, peace is a decision. And every time you choose yourself, honor your needs, protect your energy, You are signing your internal contract of peace once again. Protect your peace, honor your soul, return to yourself. Bye bye.